Good morning, everyone. I am Kevin Bryant with Heat Seekers Entertainment, and we are here at Taylor Made Records Universal. We are interviewing fabulous, unique, just special artists today. And the artist that we have the pleasure of speaking with right now is Illi.
Yes. How are you guys feeling out there? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. We got to start here. First of all, your name is the most unique name that I've heard in a long time. Explain that to me.
So, E.T. are my initials, and then Illi is just short for a million, billion, trillion, you know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just E.T. Illi.
So with that being said, that means you have high hopes in the future to become.
Well, it's not always about the monetary value. I think that's what a lot of people are starting to understand in a way. I'm just abundant in my energy and my spirit and my I'm just wealthy. So it doesn't matter.
Interesting. Spiritually wealthy. Yes.
But for, the city, for everybody else, that's kind of how it resonates here.
Right.
So that's cool.
So with that being said, what type of artist are you?
E.T. But I get asked that question and it often makes me reflect a lot. I think that I just create music, so I don't like to say easily because I make it look easy, but it's not easy. It's not easy. It takes a lot of passion, energy, and dedication. So, it's just like it's just not an easy thing all the time.
What type of genre would you say your music fits in?
Well, I'm very eclectic. I've learned to niche it down. I created R&B here on my own impulse, which was very, very fun. Then I went back and studied history, pop, and alternative music.
Okay, right. Where are you from?
I am from planet Earth, but where I'm born, Terre Haute, Indiana. It's a very small place, and then I moved around a lot, straight out the womb. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Very, very interesting artist. So, who are some of your influences?
A lot of people don't know this about me. You might be like, what? But today you'll be able to tell from the Space Ones, I love the Spice Girls. I know every single song, the demos, like I'm all in Prince.
Spice Girls and Prince. That's Spice and Prince. That's good. That's a broad description. So what would you say your most lovable Prince song is?
Man, if I could do an album, of course it'd be Purple Rain, When Doves Cry, and I Would Die For You. Like, I feel like those two songs were like, I'm like crying, like he wrote those for me, like, you know what I mean? And Beautiful Ones, like all the good ones.
A lot of depth in those songs.
She's Always in My Hair, I think that's a demo.
You just went
good. Like,
so where does Etillimusic come from? Because this is like, what gives you that inspiration, that desire, like a Prince? Where does all that come from?
My name, I like to keep it to myself, my government name. But I thought that my parents just made it up. It has a meaning. It's bringing the light. It's like driving.
No, I mean you as an artist, you as a person. Like where does all this inspiration come from?
This is where it comes from. It comes from myself. Like that's where it starts. Like when I got here, I was given a name. Driving out the darkness by bringing the light. And it was very instantaneous, me and music. I'm just now figuring out my mom wanted to be in music. I didn't know that. My dad would like buy karaoke machines and they would just sing like duets and stuff. So I'm just now figuring this out. I thought I was crazy. You know what I mean? But no, it was very much so like locked in.
What is the most challenging thing about pursuing this career right now for you?
Wow. Right now, this is such a good question. Thank you. Being present.
Being present.
Yeah.
That is one of the most appreciating answers that I've heard, because the one thing people don't realize is all you have to do is be present. Now, what that means is, for me, like, how are you presenting?
How am I presenting? All I know how to do is be like what people don't understand is you do get backlash when you're just so, people be like, oh, that person, no, it does take a lot to, stay planted, to stay grounded. So, yeah.
So what do you sing about?
Ooh, I sing about, I write about everyday life from my world, and I don't like to say world, it's like plural worlds, and it's usually dealing with a lot of girls. They're not nice to me sometimes, so it's like I really realize I don't have the capacity to care in the moment, so then like later on when I'm creating music and stuff, it's like, oh, that is lingering in my energy field, you know what I mean? Maybe I kind of do have, like, so I just express in that way.
You remind me of, it's a group, you remind me of the girl that sings in the group. Kate Trinata was one of the producers. I can't think of the thing right now. The internet. Thank you, audience. You remind me of her, like the lead singer of that. Do you know who I'm talking about? The internet?
Yeah, I have heard of her before.
Oh, you heard of her before? Yeah, very unique, very mysterious. I love it. And I want you to speak about your world. You say girls are not nice to you. I find that very, how are the guys? Like, I
don't care. I don't care about the guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the girls are just like, I think it's my face. Like, and it's like my energy behind it. And they're like, what? And it's like, no, I'm right here. Like, so this is real.
Does that create a barrier for you then? Because trying to get your music and reach them, and if they are not nice to you, how do you get through?
No, it's not difficult. it's rather easy, so I have to make boundaries about the accessibility. Like, you know what I mean?
So when you say they're not being nice to you, it must not be music then, because if your music...
It's the music too. It's all of it. It's all of it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to experience that. I'm interested in how well you do. How do you navigate being so unique? How do you navigate throughout this industry as it is with other artists, or even just the choices that you have to make?
Well, I've been creating music for a very long time. I kept it to myself for a very long time. I'm extremely grateful to be here because now I'm sharing. I stay in my own lane. I don't mean to say that to sound, any other type of way other than what it is. I create, and I'm a multi-instrumentalist, so I'm always going back to my rudiments. I cheer for others who are creating. Like, I'm hoping that we all are able to express ourselves in the way that we all see fit, without, stepping on each other's toes. Like, I'm here for music. I enjoy music. I love it. So I stay in my own lane. I pay attention to what I got going on because I like to be the best version of myself first, to be able to turn around and then, present music to you guys like a pitchfork.
What is the biggest thing you want to achieve?
That's so broad. Can you?
Music-wise. As a matter of fact, let's keep it broad. Purpose-wise, life-wise. Your whole purpose of being here. What is the greatest thing that you yourself, with your journey, what do you want to achieve in this world coming from you? To
show everyone in a way unconditional love, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm also owning the balance between light and dark within myself. So I'd like to help everyone else who is able to tune into that type of frequency, you know what I mean?
Okay, so frequencies and vibrations.
I really want to have fun. Like, I'm here to have fun. Like, I want to do that too, like, I'm just here, like, and I know that I'm here to create music. So as long as I'm doing that and you guys are able to absorb that from me, like, that's all that I could ever really ask for,
How can everyone find you? Because this is really, we need to know where you are.
I am on Instagram, capital E-T, lowercase I-L-L-I, music, and that's pretty much my handle for everything else. So if you want to keep up with everything that I have going on, that's where to find me.
Wow. So we are here with a live studio audience, and we would like to open the floor for you guys to ask any question that you see feasible to ask E.T. Illi, so we can understand her and all this mysteriousness. I love it. So, we'll open the floor. Any questions, please?
I got one.
Sure.
See, ET?
Yes.
Okay. I don't mean to assume, but are you a part of the LGBT community? Or would you address yourself as such?
Am no one's leader. I like to start there, right? Because it's like, I'm usually not into what's going, like I said, stay in my lane. When I do pick up my phone, of course, I'm looking at some things. I see what's going on. And I actually had this conversation with my dad. He was like, what do you think? Like, don't you think like we're all past that? And I'm like, no, we're not. Because people are still saying lesbian, bisexual in front of behind each other like it's the same thing, and it's not. So all that I can do is be myself, because even the way that I myself isn't the same way that someone else is their self, being within the same type of community. You get what I'm saying? So I understand what's going on. I see what's going on. I'm no one's leader, y'all. Like, not like that, you know what I'm saying? But seriously, like, I just would like to be my own experience within that. And if people can learn something from me, great. If people can find the light within me, great, you know? I think that what really matters is we're all human beings, and we don't want to wait until there's another species to be like, oh, we're all human. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, we're all human. So I got
a follow-up question with that.
Go ahead.
So, depending on your business model and what suits you, you can go the independent route or you can go the label route. So if you were to be put in front of a label and a label offered you, say, $1.5 or $3 million record deal, but they asked you to keep your true identity to yourself, do you think that would affect you? Or do you think that you could go past that and still be an entertainer?
And they asked me to stay true to myself?
They ask you not to stay true to yourself. They ask you
Not
to keep
to
your
stay
true
true to
identity
myself.
to yourself.
I've actually been presented in a way like that before.
Mm-hmm.
A few years back, a few years back, and it's like, no, you know? The reason why is because, I hate to say it, but it's like, you don't stand for something for anything, you know? And I think that there's so much power in being you. You know what I mean?
100%.
And to see that is to understand, to overstand, to understand. And I'm sure that, like, you know, you guys are like, whoa, like, what the, like, no, seriously. Like, so to be on that same type of level and to see that, it would be amazing. Other than that, it's just kind of like, if I'm not being true, the people they're gonna see it anyway. And then that's gonna completely deplete the market.
I don't think you can make the same music under those conditions. The one thing that I admire about your artistry is that you are true to who you are, not only in your performance and your appearance, but it's also a reflection in your music. You're very sexual, very sensual, and you're very directed to who you would like to please or be pleased from. So with that perspective, and with the direction in which music and the industry is turning, I would have to say the world is turning. Whether it be the Lil Nas, the Lil Nas's of the world, or whether it be the conversations around trans and things within that community. How would your music be the forefront to represent that community?
So when I create music, I create it based off of love first. We all experience love. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not just making it exclusive to the LGBT either. This is for anyone and everyone who feels love. And I believe that that is all of us, even narcissists. You know what I'm saying? Why you think they get so mad when we get their emotions? Like, no, seriously. And I'm here to help everyone understand that frequency so that we can all start to put it together in a way where it's all together. Yeah, and at the same time, that's just me. So me creating music, yeah, you're right. That's who I want to please from. That's who I want to please. I'm very direct in it. I've been this way since I was before double digits. Like, and that's just me. So of course, it might sound like it's aggressive, come off that type of way. That's really how it is in real life. Like, of course, it's not displayed right now. Like, I'm at an interview.
I see that you have over 9K followers on Instagram. How did you achieve that number as an independent artist?
I had way more at one point, and I stopped once I started developing myself and then being here with you guys because I felt like that was very important. Before, how I achieved it was staying true to myself. And a lot of fake pages, girls thinking that they're dating me, like, you know, and I'm just happy that everyone's safe. Like, it really did get out of control, and that's when I got presented from the other development label, like, but I had to, you know, denounce it, like, no. And at the same time, like, you wanted so much from me, like, you know, musically, and it's like, I can't give it to you no other way, you know, and being in the forefront, so, yeah.
Yes.
You exude such good energy. How will you navigate, or how do you navigate through the negativity?
This might be the third time I said it, y'all. I stay in my lane. I pay attention to what I have going on. If I'm not bettering myself or my craft in some type of way, I don't want to hear it. And it might be just me and the type of inner work that I've done, and you know, and also not only that, the battles that we all have to go through. We all have a different life experience. So all I can say as advice is to just pay attention to what you have going on. The good, the bad, the thoughts that are yours, that aren't, you know what I mean? You gotta sit there and differentiate, and then you'll be able to stack and build.
I have a question. Let's take Lil Nas, for example.
Mm-hmm.
He's not necessarily, when he made his records and he was doing what he was doing, he was not going out to, shall we say, be the lead or the spokesperson for LGBTQ community. They all just embraced him and he received it. If that was the case with you, because you're saying, I'm nobody's leader, but sometimes your music sets you apart, and anybody who's on a platform, a major platform, they can say to them, okay, this person like Lil Nas came and got, the mayor gave him the day in Atlanta, so on and so on. And what I'm saying to you, a proclamation. So my point to you is that if the LGBTQ community decide that this is who we just gonna embrace this person, we love them, and how would you receive it? Or are you saying that I'm gonna say I'm just not one
I'm not
person,
saying
one
that I
group?
wouldn't receive
Okay.
it. I am saying that don't look to me for the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like when don't, just because, you know, like I thought it was about the music. I'm not here to step on anyone's toes at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only speak for the things from my experience. You know what I'm saying? If I was to be asked questions about my experience, then yes, I will share those things. I am not, like, that's a collective, and I'm not giving one answer and being like, no, wait, but to accept the love and reciprocate it?
Right.
Not a curse? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It doesn't matter if it was the street or, you know, like we have so many, you know, differentiations, like, of us being human. So it's just like, no, it doesn't matter. I will accept him and it will be reciprocated. So.
Great, these are great questions. You've enlightened all of us. It kind of prompted me to ask you a question. I know you said, I felt like a specific question was asked. And then I think it went another way. So you say, I'm nobody's leader. So if you're nobody's leader, who are you following?
The light.
I like that. So, thank you for the light. Everyone, thank you. I am Kevin Bryant again with Heat Seekers, and we're here at Illi Records Universal, and we had the pleasure of being enlightened by Etillimusic.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.